Tell me a little bit about International Schools of China. What does your organization do?
Well, we started as a small homeschool co-op in 1986. There was a group of Chinese business people and, not Chinese, Singaporean business people and business people from the United States that wanted to go use their background to develop relationships to get them in such a place where they could introduce Jesus to them. And they wanted an education for their children, and China is not able to provide Western education for children, so they hired 2 Christian teachers to go over and run this homeschool co-op in Tianjin, China. And that's how it started. Things were good until after the first 2 years, and in '88, the Chinese government, the city government, and also the education officials came to the school and said, "We would like this for other foreign children working in China. Could you make that happen?" And yes, we could. And so we prayed about it, and I wasn't there at the time. I was there in 1999. My wife and I were there for 14 years. But at the time, so going back to that original plot, that initial startup program, they, I don't want to say it, Chinese students are required to go to public education. So Chinese students don't go to our schools. But the unique thing about that is, because they're not going to our schools, we can teach Bible. And so we're able to have Christian teachers, principals, a curriculum. Bible is taught as one of our regular subjects all the way through. And it's been a good work.
Oh, and it's available then to people who are there internationally.
Yes.
With their families. How big of an organization is it now, and what kind of positions are you looking to fill?
Each year we look for about 100 teachers.
Wow.
And our average stay for a teacher is about 4.7, 4.8 years.
Wow.
It's just a lot of teachers and a lot of students. Our student numbers are up about 2,200, 2,300 now in the 6 different schools that we have. And then in the United Arab Emirates, the Chinese church, these are not the officially recognized and licensed Chinese churches, but they believe that God has given them the task to take the gospel back to Jerusalem. And so moving to the United Arab Emirates to start our first school there is all part of that project.
Are you looking for then, I guess, employees or students to become employees and teachers who have a passion for education and subject matter and maybe
Yes.
even ministry?
Not only a passion, but they need to have the degree. So they must be degreed in education, either bachelor's or master's, and then they also need to have some years of experience. I'll go back a little bit on that one because it changes from year to year and it changes from city to city.
Okay, and I know in Virginia here we have interdisciplinary education.
Yes.
Is how we handle it, because you have to be kind of well-rounded in subject matter to teach at a school here. And so I'd assume that you'd be interested in those sorts of those students. But it sounds like we have a question from online.
Yes, actually the question comes from me. I'm just curious because I'm an international student, so I was wondering, maybe we do have some other international students online that are wondering if you guys are looking to also hire international students, and if that's something that you do as a school.
We can. We work closely with the government in the United Arab Emirates and also very closely with the government in China. Our teachers, I don't even know if I have that in my hand. Our teachers must be from one of the 7 recognized English language countries. And so we can't hire outside of that. China has just gotten to a point where that's what they do. And the United Arab Emirates is pretty strict in that sense too. So we miss out. We also have an age limit that we neat to work with too. It seems like when a teacher gets to be 60, that's when you want that teacher because they're so good at what they do. They love their profession. That's where China has their cut, is right at 60.
Wow. Well, it sounds like a lot of different, opportunities and a lot of information. Where should people go for more information about this opportunity?
They could go to ISC, Global